Oklahoma, Oklahoma, Oklahoma. Welcome to the SEC. You know what we got to do on this channel, man. We got to talk about it. We're going to go through every SEC team. We're going to predict what their schedule could turn out to be like. Are they going to have a successful season? Are they going to have a not so successful season? Let's jump right into it. Alright, guys. So, like I just told you before, we talking about the Oklahoma Sooners and how they just decided to leave the baby, conference and come over to the SEC. They said the Big 12 wasn't giving it no more. They wanted to come play with the big dogs. Come on, man. Come on, play with the big dogs. Because we here. We ready. And, yeah. So, man, we're going to break down their last season. Last season, 2023. Let's look at it a little bit and let's play with it, okay? So last season, they went 10-3. Okay, everybody that they played was basically a blowout besides Texas, UCF, and the 3 games that they lost, BYU. Other than that, man, most games was a blowout. A complete blowout. Gabriel was putting up crazy numbers. 421, 366, 423, 400. My goodness, he was just throwing it like a madman. All right, so let's go ahead and run through their schedule real quick. They played Arkansas State, SMU, Tussle, Cincinnati, Iowa State, Texas, UCF. Now they get to Kansas. They get their first loss, 38-33. Oklahoma, they got back-to-back losses. Oklahoma State, they lost 27-24. And remind you, they beat Texas, but Texas beat Oklahoma State. You see how that stuff be working crazy. Then they go ahead and go on a 3-game win streak, beat West Virginia, BYU, and TCU. And they lose to Arizona December 28 in the Valero Alamo Bowl. Okay, so, and you got to think, most people set out who was transferring, going pro, and things like that. So, I kind of get it. They probably wasn't at full capacity, full strength. Cool, got you. Oh, well, you still lost. So, that's what they looked like last year. They went 10-3. They lost to some pretty decent teams, and, Kansas, Oklahoma State, and Arizona. So, that's last year's. Let's go ahead and go check out their SEC schedule for 2024. Boom. Off rip, I can go ahead and tell you. This schedule is, oh my gosh. What the freak, yo. I'm excited. Let's talk about this right now. So they got to play Temple, Houston, and Tulane. Temple and Houston for sure dubs. Tulane, they was really, really good last year. And I remember them giving Ole Miss all they wanted. Okay? All they wanted. So the first 3 games, Temple, Houston, Tulane. I think their quarterback is in the NFL draft or he transferred. I want to say transferred for sure. Tell me in the comment down below if I'm wrong. But I think he transferred. So, off rip, I'm going to go ahead and say Temple, Houston, Tulane, dubs for Oklahoma. Dubs. I'm calling it they're dubs. But then they get in the SEC play. Tennessee, Auburn, Texas, South Carolina, Ole Miss. You get a little Rudy Poo game with Maine, Missouri, Alabama, LSU. Tennessee a L, Auburn a L, Texas L, South Carolina dub, Ole Miss L, Maine a dub, Missouri a L, Alabama a L, LSU a L. And I mean that. Absolutely mean that. Those are all L's. They're only going to beat Temple, Houston, Tulane, South Carolina, and Maine. The only teams. They're going to beat. The only teams they're going to beat is those is those five. I'm calling it right now. That is a heck of a schedule to have right now, dude. Absolutely a heck of a schedule to have. Your last three is Missouri, Alabama, LSU. I believe all those guys will be ranked at the beginning of the season. Let alone Tennessee, Auburn, and Texas. Oh my God! And Ole Miss. Oh my! Really, the last five SEC games. Four. Yeah. Ole Miss, Missouri, Alabama, LSU. Man, it's like Arkansas a few years ago. You get what I'm saying? It's like Arkansas a few years ago, dude. Like, that's a heck of a schedule. In your first year in the SEC, that's what you get. My goodness. Hey, but better them than Arkansas, okay? So, man, Oklahoma first year in the SEC, man, I got them having a losing record. Absolutely a losing record. Oh my gosh. So I got them going 5-7 their first year. I could be wrong, man, but I'm gonna do a little more research. Look what they got coming in, players, and like I said, we're gonna go through the whole SEC and give our opinions on what they're gonna do this coming up year. So stay tuned. Oklahoma, Sooners, I'm sorry if I got any Oklahoma Sooners fans. Don't hate me. This just me looking at your schedule, looking at what you guys did last year. Man, it's the SEC now. Y'all finna see what big boy football is about every darn weekend. Starting September 21st. So, hey, don't shoot me. Don't bash me. I ain't nobody, man. I'm just saying. Schedule's there, and it ain't looking too pretty. So, Oklahoma Sooners, 5-7 is what I got y'all going. But we'll see when the season starts. So, stay tuned for more.